Going on, world? It's Friday, May 8th, 2015, and this is our Friday team meeting to go over everything that's been happening for the past 2 weeks because we didn't have a meeting last week. But first and foremost, we just want to give credit where credit is due to the Most High. Without Him, none of this would be possible, and we don't want to neglect or fail to recognize Him and give Him His just due. I mean, it's because of Him that we are fortunate and blessed to be doing something that we love to do, and we're motivated and inspired and led by the one who sent us. So, with that being said, we'll just jump right into it. Um, One of the things that I had brought up to you guys was something that I had come across as like a little bit of information, and it said that the ball is always in your court. And what I mean by that is no matter if you email, cold call, um, even go up to a retailer and discuss your your product or whatever, and they tell you, oh yeah, I'll give you a call. The ball is in your court. It's up to you to follow up. It's up to you to make it happen. And what I'm getting into is with Whole Foods. So Whole Foods, uh, we've been working on this thing to get into Whole Foods since August of last year, and it's taken us. It takes time. Like these bigger retailers, and it's a lot different. It's as compared to just jumping into an account, going and winning an account, and then your product is in there that day within the time that you're there because they're you make room, put it in a cooler, whatever. Uh, but these larger retailers, they have a different process, so it gets a little kind of I've been getting like kind of tired of saying, oh yeah, we're getting in there next week. Oh yeah, next week. I've been saying that a lot, and it's because that's what I assumed. I mean, from the information that was provided, that oh yeah, everything should be good. So even after everything that was done, we completed all the paperwork, and then we got into their portal, their VIP portal. We did that, and then even still, like it was my job to follow up, and so I followed up with Jade Burnham of the Monterey. She's the vendor support specialist for. Well, actually, she's a vendor support specialist for the Northern California region. So I followed up with her, and I just reached out to her and I asked her, we completed everything. What is the next steps in the process? Please let us know so that we can handle that. And then she told me that thank you for getting back to me for the because of the fact that uh, Devin didn't reach out to her. So I did my due diligence, and what she told me, she says she turned in everything, the new item form, so it should be processed in about 2 or 3 days. This was on May 5th, and then take another 1 to 2 to fully sync with all of their systems. So Tuesday, I mean this is for next week Tuesday, and I just gave them the extra day on Wednesday. Everything should be in their systems by Wednesday of next week. And when Tuesday, I'm actually going to contact them on Tuesday because when Tuesday comes, and I'm going to ask them if everything is good to go because I want to get in these doors as as much as you guys do, or probably even worse. You know, I'm just so ready to get into one of the largest for us natural chain retailers in the country. I'm ready to do that. I'm ready to jump into that because I feel that we need to get the ball rolling to show them who we are, so that we can start getting other doors opened up for us because of our resume and who we have that let us in the door. So I'm excited about that. Finally, now we can really say like the potential of it happening within the next 2 weeks is pretty high. I mean, there's I would say 95 over 95% chance it's gonna be happening either next week or the week after for sure, because this was the last part that they had asked for and we did it. So I'm ready to go with that and be prepared. I will definitely let you guys know. And man, it's exciting, excited, man, just to have that opportunity come here shortly. The next thing that was pretty big. I mean, it's only a few things that I wanted to mention. Um, Christy Waterford, Power Brands graphic designer. So this is what I had Christy do. I had her include the all natural term on the label, and then I had her put non-GMO on it as well. So two things that when she should be finished by. I mean, she was pretty swamped, so she was supposed to be done yesterday, but I told her no worries. We haven't even started the ordering process for the next production run. So once because I got the report back from Andrea, and I mean, it's been the same report. All that's changed is the amount of product that they have in the warehouse, but I never went through it to see what we actually have and then how much of a run we can put together for this upcoming production run. But she will have that ready for a lay flat so we can send it to our labeling vendor, and those will be the new additions to our label, Taro Twist. So it'll be right over Taro Twist. It'll say all natural, and then on the nutrition panel, it'll have non-GMO in bold text on the bottom, so that it stands out, and then people will see it. Now we can. I mean, those are two things that we have as selling points when we're not there. And I thought, I didn't want to play with that because of the research that we did, but from the information that I got from his name is Jim Swallow. He was my mentor for this startup challenge. But he said, man, there's no what did he say? The FDA really doesn't push a hard line on products that have the all natural term in it. And so he thought it best. He was like, man, you should really think about incorporating that into the label so at least people can see, oh, it's all natural. Because a lot of people get turned off when they see the never-ending boost and they think it's just straight up energy drink, like all the conventional energy drinks out there with all that crap in it. But when they see the all natural, now those questions that were running through their head, it kind of puts them at ease, and they want to understand a little bit more and get some more information and insight on the product. So what was that?
No, I agree. I think it sounds a lot better. I think it's a lot more intriguing. Like, oh, okay, what you mean all natural? I think it'll go over a lot better than because we know we ran into a lot of never-ending boost, just automatic,
Yeah.
associated with the Red Bulls and Monsters and all that. But I like it.
Cool. I got an email from the producer of the Tahiti Fete of San Jose, and they had this big event. There's like over 35 different dance groups that compete in this thing. Her name is, I don't know if it's a her or him, but here goes the name, Pua Tokumoto. And they said that we'd love to have you at our Tahiti Fete event. And then she sent me links to fill out. She sent me all the application forms and what is required. The thing about this event is it's 2 days and the booth costs $1,000. So I would need to get with my marketing team and pick their brains to see what they feel and think about it. This could be a huge opportunity because it's in San Jose, but at the same time, it comes at a price. And if we're willing to move forward on that, that's something to definitely look into. I'm not sure what the attendance is because they didn't post it on their website or anything. They just have the images of the dance groups and where they're coming from. But it is a big event. I mean, uh, from what I've heard and from what I've seen on the website. So we'll look into it a little bit more. It's called the Tahiti Fete in San Jose. The next one was man, this was where was she at? Here. This one was pretty cool because this lady, I had reached out to her. Somebody had gave me her contact info because there was an event going on this weekend. Unfortunately, we were too late to be a part of it, but she wanted to keep our email for future reference. But her name is Cynthia Cowell, and when she seen our product, she was like, "Oh man, I have like all these events that you should probably look into. Hopefully, you can be a part of it." I was like, "Oh, cool." So she sent over, and that's how we got the information on that Tahiti thing. I checked it out after she sent it, but here goes the events that she said, and she has even more for Southern Cal, but these were for like the Northern Cal. But there was this May Day festival in Pleasanton. That's tomorrow and Sunday, and unfortunately we were too late to meet the deadline, so that one we didn't make, but we have it for next year. Then there's a Aloha Festival in San Mateo at the county fairgrounds. She said it's usually the first weekend of August, and the organizers are a nonprofit outfit called PICA, or PICA, Pacific Island Cultural Association. And I looked into that and I sent them an email, and I'm not sure if this is the one that Auntie Marlo's dad runs. Um, but we're gonna definitely contact her and to see if it is because we want to be a part of this event because we missed out on the previous years. I'm pretty sure, but I'm not all the way sure. But I'm pretty sure it is. He has something to do with it. And then she threw out a few other ones. What was it? There was that Aloha. What is this called? The Polynesian Gift Hut. Oh wait, it's called. Well, I don't know. There's like this event. I think it's called Aloha Fest or something. It's at the Golden Gate Park, and they had one I believe last year. So that may be something to look into. Then there's another one. Where else? There's oh, that one passed. There's a annual Ia Oe E Ka Lahula Festival competition in Pleasanton, and that's in November. So we'll be looking out for that. And then they have some in. Well, she said there's some in Sacramento, but she doesn't really know because she moved to Vegas. But she does have Southern Cal events, and I told her whenever she just started a new job, so she said she couldn't do it, but or give me the list. But she said she would get back to me with that list of the Southern Cal events. So that's how I came across like these particular events, and I'm gonna follow up with the ones that I didn't get a response with to see how we can be a part of it. Um, oops. And then the next thing was I want to do this one. Wait, I want to do the reunion one. And we need to talk about it. We need to talk about it a little bit more. But as far as the team reunion is concerned, we've Liz and Kim have been helping out a lot with sending out emails and informing people where it's going to be at. This year is going to be a different location because of the fact that they're really pushing a hard line at Super Park, and so we don't want to deal with that. So we just switched it up. It's going to be held at Preston Park baseball field, and that's right there in Fort Ord. But so far, in the shirt deadline is due tomorrow, 12 p.m. midnight. But so far, we have 130 people that have responded to our emails of the invite. They accepted the invitation. They have also put their sizes in for the shirts, and so that's good. That's 130. I think for the past the past few years, because the first one, I think we had like around 130 or something like that. Right? But then the second and the third one, we had 100, which is that's a good amount of people for a team reunion. And so this year we got an additional 30, which is great. And the idea of this team reunion, it's still in the works. What I wanted to do was really try to make it about small aspiring entrepreneurs, businesses, really incorporate that, us joining together, because we're all in the same boat, and promoting, really promoting that this unity thing that we speak of, and getting on this hype, because it could actually turn into something big. And then the idea is we go and reach out to get sponsorships from different companies that want to be a part of it, and that's ultimately kind of the idea where I want to take this thing to. And I think it's fitting. We talk about it all the time, that the team is really, it's more than just, it's family, but it's more. We're bringing in so many more people to our family, and we're showing them, like, man, if everything can work out if you got a support system, and we got a huge support system. So I think it's going to be great. Great turnout this year. We still need to work on the itinerary with what we're going to be doing as far as playing games, as far as the events for the day. Still got to work on that. We have a little bit of time here, but I really want something set in stone. Be probably like May 21st, like a month in advance. Yeah, probably around there. So I'll get with Kim and Liz, and then also we need to come back and have another meeting for suggestions or ideas. What you guys think? Pizzo brought up a couple of them. Let's have a flag football game and a softball game, because they have a softball field there too. So those are two potential ideas that we could implement into this year's festivities. And I think it's a good look too. I mean, you get major involvement and participation. The other big thing is we're going to stick with the catering. I think that's a great idea. And I know it's a little bit pricier, but there's no excuses now, like, for people not to enjoy what's going on, especially because we're paying so much out of pocket. Right? We got to take advantage of that, and we got to really get people to understand, like, man, this is, just have a little bit more fun. You don't have to be in a suit and tie all the time. Like it's a business meeting. Relax and enjoy creating memories. And so that's big. The other thing is that I'll send out a text too, but it's the same thing. Every year we come together and we all drop $100. That's all we ask, the minimum. And we get a lot of people that drop $100. Like, it starts with us, obviously, and then we branch out, and other people, we reach out to them, and they've been given since the beginning. Well, actually, second year, because we didn't ask for anything in the first year, but the second year, the last 2 years, when we have reached out, people have been responsive and helping to fund this. So, I mean, that's pretty much our sponsors, our own people. and we're going to continue to push or continue to go forward with that because it works. I mean, you guys have seen the budgets from year to year. I mean, last year we spent like $4 grand, right under $5 grand, and it, a lot of it came from um, obviously our end, but still that those hundreds that came through from different people helped out, and that's what we're gonna go. That's what we're gonna continue on to do, like year after year, man. Just getting people involved, especially because it's a hefty price, and if we want to continue to make this thing bigger, it's going to start with us knowing that we are investing into this event because we want to make it an enjoyable and memorable day. So,
Hey, Ish.
yeah.
Hey, real quick, I just talked to Mafa because I know she's been to that Tahiti 50, the Tahiti 50 Fest.
Uh-huh.
She said that should be smacking. She said there'd be people coming from all over the place, Hawaii, Washington, Arizona. But she said, yeah, it's a 2-day event. She said basically the first day is okay because it's basically a Tahitian competition. So like the first day it's cool, she said. She said there is a lot of people, but it's like the prelims the first day. But she said the second day when they start, where the semifinals and the championship shit, the second day, she said that should be macking. She said she's like, there's hella people there. She's like, yeah, if I was you guys, I'd do it. She said, because there's a lot of fucking people there. I was like, well, give me an estimate what you think. She's like, a little bit under 10,000 people there. Because she said the first one, she said last year, I think the prelims were at a hotel, the Hyatt or some shit.
Yeah.
Then they went to one of the San Jose arenas where she said it was fucking smacking.
Nice.
She said it'd probably be worth it for us too. She was like, yeah, she said there's a lot of people, and she said, man, she's like, you gotta look at it. People want to see women out there doing their real hula Tahitian dancing, and people really, she's like, people come out and fucking see that shit.
All right, so let's say we do move forward with that. The price tag is 1,000, like I said, and this doesn't include overhead. So we can assume that 2 days overhead expenses will just add an additional. We'll just add an additional 500. We'll just say that 500. Our budget right there is 1,500, because I think that's pretty realistic. 1,500. We're talking about room and board if we do stay, and then meals. 1,500, but we would need to sell. My thing was 20 cases a day. If it's big, then I would want to sell 20 cases a day because at $60 a pop, that's $1,200. And if we can double that amount, 20 cases for both days, $2,400, then we come out on top. That's a lot of product to be moved within 2 days, but I mean, if it is what it is, and then we have the beverage hawkers too, I feel like we could do it. 10,000 people, and we're walking around with ooze juice. I think we could do it. I think we could pull it off. I'm confident, more than confident, just because we have that convenience factor, and that's a huge play. So once again, we'll get with the other guys, see what they think, and if it's a go, we'll make a deposit because I think it's like 500 for a deposit, and then we'll pay off the rest. But we'll see. We'll definitely see. And then the last thing was the wait. Is there anything else? Oh wait, actually, let me take that back. So let me just update you guys about that. There was a color run that was supposed to happen by one of the Seaside High school teachers. Her name was Kelly Dibdahl, but she said unfortunately they didn't get enough participants signed for May 23rd, so they canceled the race. So we're not going to be a part of that because it's canceled. but they're going to try it again next year, and hopefully they can get more sponsorship and generate more for the event in order for it to take place. So that right there is no longer happening. Um, where else was there? That was Kelly. And then there was, there was another one right here. There was a lady, her name was Sophia Zoko. She works she works as an associate producer at Celebrity Connected, and what they do is they specialize in celebrating all major Hollywood awards ceremonies. The mission is to connect companies like ours to Hollywood celebrities, and then they provide a unique platform for brands to personally share their latest and most popular products with some of the most influential people in Hollywood. She's handpicking sponsors to showcase at their next gift suite, and then she wanted to reach out to extend the invitation to us and our team. Over 80 celebrities, including guests and media, will be attending the event. Us and our team will get to chat, take photos, videos, and promote the brand to each one of the celebrities individually, and then we'll have exclusive rights to any photos or videos taken, and we will get the opportunity to expose our business to a variety of celebrities and all their fans and followers. So it says, to give you a better picture of how we work, she's added a description. Fun begins at 7 a.m. when all the sponsors begin setting up their spaces. The first round of celebrities will start checking in with their talent department around 10:30, 11. So you'll have plenty of time to set up. Then their talent department schedules the celebrity guests during different times of the day, so that our booth won't be too overwhelmed. Once the celebrity, let's use AJ McLean as an example, checks in and receives his VIP badge, he will be assigned a personal liaison to guide him through their sponsor booths. AJ will meet and greet, tweet, take photos, videos, etc. with you for a few minutes. After that, another liaison will guide a different celebrity to your booth. That will usually last until 3 to 4 of the day, so you get plenty of FaceTime with celebrities. They're currently registering for 2 events: the ESPY Awards in Hollywood on July 14th, and then the Emmys in Hollywood on September 19th. So the sponsorship options include a show space, all access credentials to the gift event, and exclusive rights to any photos, video taken. She'd love to chat. I'll give her a call, get some more info, and then I told her I wanted to check out their website too, just to be sure, or get a better feel for who they are, and see where it goes. I don't know if you guys remember, early on when we first started, I don't know if it was the same company, but there was a similar company that reached out to us and wanted us to sponsor, and they had some ridiculous amount, like $5,000 or something like that.
It's like the goodie bag thing, huh? Or something like that.
Right. Yeah. And so, I mean, we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. And then the last thing, I think that's it. Yeah. Last thing is the second round. Second round of the second flavor of samplings has arrived today. And if you guys had missed the hangout on Wednesday, didn't catch it, I just want to read off again from the horse's mouth, and this is what Alina had told me she had told me in an email that she sent me. She said, "Hey James, we were setting out round 2. We ended up going with to add on to the tropical flavors. They did the testing in the labs, obviously, and this was the first drink to receive a near perfect. We hope you guys feel the same way. We have also reduced the baby food texture. Looking forward to your feedback." So in my thinking, when somebody makes a bold statement like that, near perfect, uh, I'm assu- I'm assuming that it's near perfect, or I wouldn't assume. I'm expecting that it's near perfect, especially because they created Taro Twist, and I told them that if it's not up to par to Taro Twist, we don't want it. We're gonna keep on working on to something that until we get that just right mix and flavor profile. Because number two, we really want it to come out just swinging hard. I mean, we built up enough buzz for Taro Twist in our small little area that when you have a second offering, it should be a no-brainer, like for people like, oh hell no, I want to try what this one is, and not only try it but just stick with it. And the hope is obviously, like we know, the hope is that they would buy more because it's cheaper, smaller size, and then the play to get into the schools. Um, that's how we want to go to market with this, or to how we want to build up this offering. So I'm excited. I mean, it's in the fridge right now. Here goes.
I was about to ask that too. Are they on chill right now?
Yeah, so they're in the fridge right now, and here goes the difference between what we did previously when you guys sampled off and then you guys just gave your feedback like one after another. We're gonna do it differently. I'm gonna do it separately. Like, one person is gonna try it, and when they try it, I'm gonna have them literally write down in their phone or on a piece of paper what they thought from top to bottom. And the reason why I want to do it this way is because I feel that you can get a lot out of writing it down as compared to if you're just speaking your mind, because you might miss something. Like, sometimes we all do it. We'll have this thought and we're going in, and then another thought pops up, and we're like, okay, this is what I'm gonna go into next, and then you never get into it because you're still stuck on that one thought. So by allowing us to actually write things down, I think it works in our favor, because now, and then doing it separately, because S had noticed it, I noticed it. I mean, if you guys would go back and watch the hangout, it was like one person talking, somebody jumps in, that person comes talk again, that person jumps in, and then next thing you know, everybody's answer is all the same now.
Yeah.
And that's what happened. I mean, that's what we looked at, and that's why I had to say, you know what, everything sounds similar. People are, and it's because it's like our minds are programmed to, once somebody puts a thought in your head, you're kind of like, oh, swayed by what somebody said. And so everybody became swayed by what the next person was saying. And that's why I had to say, man, if it ain't on that, is it on that level? Oh, no, it's not. Okay, and that's all I need to know right there. This way right here for everybody I sent out a text to. I know Will's, he's out there in Stockton, so when he gets back, I'll have a little sit down with him, and then these other guys, whenever I see you guys, will do it. And I want you guys' from top to bottom. I mean, I think a reaction is going to ultimately just say it, because if it's near perfect, somebody's going to be like this, right? They're going to go, all right, let's go. Because that's what I feel that near perfect is. Because I told her if it's not on Taro Twist level or right there, like a notch under, we don't want it. And for her to come at us like this, especially after they've done so many flavors for so many different companies, it kind of speaks volumes, because I don't think they would risk their reputation just to make a statement like that. You know what I mean? I don't think they would go as far, because of the fact that even with all the like, we've done work with these guys, she never had ever had mentioned anything about, man, this is the one or this. But for some reason, she felt compelled to say these things, and therefore, I mean, if she's that confident, I feel confident. But once again, it's not about me feeling confident. It's about your guys' responses as to what is in this product that is just making it stick out, and that's going to take us to new heights. So with that, even if people say they try, oh man, this is the one, this is it. Even if I'm still gonna have you break it down because I want to know every little thing. Because when you break things down, remember this: like when you're breaking your product down, those are more bullets that you're gonna have. You know, you get where I'm coming from. It's like, man, you want to know the ins and out of this product. You want to know like the back of your hand, where you're saying, dang, when I critique the product, this is what I had, and then I actually use like little things like that. I've never even tried the product, but just hearing stories, hearing you guys, it's so easy for me to just run it because I've heard so much feedback, and that's what's important. Your guys' feedback is so valuable for us to be able to just run the game, you know, and that's what we're gonna do here. So when that time comes, here, I mean, you guys, we're all excited and anxious, and we want to get going and try it out. But be prepared. We will link up, and we will get going on this because right now it's May, right? If this is the one, round two, that's all it took. We go to graphic designs. We get everything ready for graphic designs, and all they're gonna do is it's the same exact process. They give us the leads to the vendors, and who knows, it could possibly be the same vendors that we use already. I know that, you know, one of them obviously there's only like 2 ingredients that may be different vendors, but other than that, all the ingredients pretty much are for, like, we'll be working with the same company, so that's why it speeds up the process to getting the next flavor out there in the market fast. The whole thing about getting the next flavor out there in the market, though, is we have to go at it a different way. What I mean, go at it a different way, because this is new, we have to make people really want it. Like, we have to put this kind of exclusivity factor on it where it's like, oh man, have you tried the new product? Where you put the Nipsey Hussle, well, it's not really Nipsey, but he used it for the CDs, but you really put that to work. Like, it ain't no like how we played with, like, we just tried it out. It didn't really work because we didn't really do it right. But when you have something new, now you really run that, and then you run it with something else that will kind of get people to jump over get over the hump. Like, we add on like a Kickstarter or something, or GoFundMe, where, you know, we're trying to be able to bring this product to market, and we need you to go here to help that. $100 gets you a limited edition case of Oost Juice. And that's big, you know? That's big. And so that right there, we will have to play around with marketing. Once we get it right, then we go and do it. But if everything goes like however, if everything goes like quickly, and then we get to that label part, because the label part is going to be, if we get it right, you know, we get somebody to really put it down, and we go, oh damn. Then we get with Christy, and we give her the whole look and feel and what we would like, and that takes, let's say, another month. So May, right now, May, we get started within the next 2 weeks, if, you know, if everything goes accordingly. June, July, I mean, I'm looking at midsummer, maybe the end of summer, or even, you know, right before fall or in the fall. But that's the potential of this next flavor, and it's crazy, but that's how quickly it could go. So that was pretty much it from the updates, weekly presentations, and updates from sales, marketing, distribution. As far as distribution concerned, we have 3 pallets basically in the warehouse, and we're down to what, 93
in the garage.
No, we took those 20 out of there, or 19 actually.
19, so 93 minus 19.
74. So we got 74 in the garage, and then we delivered, what, 2 there, 4 there.
6, 14. in the van. 14, and then there was I think 9 in that one case.
Yeah, so I got 68 and 9. Oh, well, actually, there's three. There's 3 bottles in the four bottles in the thing. 4 bottles in the cooler.
Cooler. All right.
Yeah. So it's 69 cases. 69 cases in one unit. That's what we have right here on deck, and then the 3 pallets in there. Yeah, that's pretty much that from that. Just as far as inventory is concerned, as for marketing, we're working on the website. I don't know. I'm having issues to open it up, but I'll get with S. But it's once he gets the okay, should be up and running, and we're pretty much we got a new website, or facelift, I should say. And then the events. This is already week 2. Yeah, 7 days. Week 1 is coming to a close, and we don't have any events on deck. So we need to find some, like, as far as selling is concerned, because this is like the first month I was like, dang man, I'm not sure about events. And every month, I mean, I think I kind of felt that way about like March or April, one of those months. Oh no, February. But we found an event. But this month is kind of like, oh man, we really need to figure out how we or find these events so that we could be a part of, so we at least have a couple in the bag before the month ends. Let's do our research. We'll figure it out. I know I got Will on looking for some events. That's been his thing. But we have to set something in stone. The other thing was what sales. You got any updates?
I have no updates. You know how also I'm gonna talk to Kathy to see for the Aloha rally at Seaside High if we could possibly set up a booth. See if she can ask Carlos or something if we can, you know what I mean?
I thought he said we couldn't sell right there.
I'm gonna ask again. I'm gonna talk to him and see if we can. See if we can do something.
I mean, that'd be cool if we could, but yeah, can't. I just really want something that we know that we're gonna sell. Like we can really sell. Like we get a booth and we're there.
I'll have some more information by next week.
Cool. Let's see first. Other than anything for sales? Nothing comes to mind. I mean, it's still just what we've been on as far as us keeping track of what's going on and how are we going to continue to meet our quotas monthly. Because right now we're in the second quarter. April, May, we're already 2 months in. We need to figure out how we're going to make this 2 month or this second quarter better than the first. We need to push it, and the only way we're going to be able to do that is a lot of events, or keep on adding the events to the table, and then we're going into what? Oh, and we're going into getting this. That's another thing for you guys that weren't here on Wednesday. We went over it. If you guys didn't see it, it was we're going after 50 new accounts. We're going after 50 new accounts, and it'll be like a real push towards the East Bay because we have a presence there. What I mean by that, we got family there, so it makes sense. We make trips to LA all the time, or we've made a lot of trips to LA, so this is a lot more cost effective, if you want to say that, as far as the traveling overhead expenses. That's our goals for sales. Like, man, we're really gonna push that line within these next 3 months, and we have to be. We're gonna have to take some time to really work out our schedules so that we can go out there and hit that market. Right? We know we can't do it on weekends, so we got to figure out days and got to take a couple days because there's no way. I mean, the thing that I learned was setting up accounts in different areas is the one account thing is not going to work, right? These areas, like if you think about Pittsburgh, Antioch, they're like Salinas, basically. So in Salinas, we have the most accounts. So we have to take what we did in our own backyard to these other areas that are they're not as big as San Jose. San Jose, that's a huge market out there. But we have to take our systems that we've created, and we have to go work them in these other small little towns and areas because it will work. But it ain't going to work with just one account. We have to get multiple accounts in those areas. I mean, that's how we're going to learn. But 50 accounts isn't there's nothing hard about that. We know what we have to do, and there's work to be done here. That right there also is what's going to take us to reaching what we have to do, because I just don't see how we're going to be able to reach heights that we haven't gotten to yet unless we open up more and more accounts. Like 50 is cool within 3 months, but after that 3 months, it's like, okay, let's do another 50, and then just keep on doing it like that, because that's the mentality that we have to have for like monthly or quarterly goals. Like, man, how many accounts do we want to win this month? Oh, sure, let's go win 20 of them. Oh, dang, let's go do it then. But if we do things like that where we actually challenge ourselves, it makes it fun for us because we know there's something on the line. But if we don't have nothing in front of us and we're saying whatever, then it's kind of like, oh man, we'll just continue to do routine stuff. We don't want to stay in the stagnant. We want to continue to grow. We want to continue to show people that, man, we're going to keep on pushing no matter who gives us what. We're going to go and take it. And that's our mentality. So sales, we have a lot of work to do with sales, man. We have a lot of work because that's marketing is to help sales, but sales is to keep the lights on. If we don't sell, we don't keep the lights on. And it's as simple as that. And so we have to have these things set up so that we can go attack them and get money. Pretty much, that's it. But other than that, I don't have anything else. But if you guys do, feel free. But that was pretty much it. We all good?
Yep.
All right, cool. So yeah, man, let me go ahead and end it out in prayer. Thank you guys for your time. Appreciate it, man. And we got work to do. So we have to plan this thing out, get prepared, because like we know, 50 accounts is really not that much. I mean, we gain 2, 3 in a day, times that by 5 days. Yeah, it's gonna come. Like I don't think it's gonna take 3 months. I think it'll take like a month and a half, if that. Unless we want to play around and we say, okay, let's stretch it out. But I don't think it should take 3 months. And that's pretty much it. But let me go ahead and pray, and then we get on separate ways. Father, Lord, I come to you in prayer, and Lord, I thank you for an opportunity to come together. At the end of the week, we know what we have to do. We know what is before us. We know that you have put things in our path for us to succeed. You have given us the tools. You have given us the team. You have given us the people to help support this vision, this dream that we are trying to turn into reality. It's been a blessing. It's been a hell of a ride, but we still got so much more to do. There are connections to be made. There are accounts to be gained. There are sales to be increased. There are manufacturing and production runs to be increased. There are new flavors on the line. There is apparel on the line. I mean, there's so many things that we can do with this, and I mean, it's really right there at our fingertips, and it really comes down to us and what we want to do about it. That's the challenge. What are we going to do about it? But we are hungry, Lord, and we thank you for continuing to give us the strength day in and day out to not only do what we have to do to support our families, but also to support this business venture because nothing is easy. I read an article yesterday that said you need about $30 million realistically, and this is what Sobe said. Sobe said that you need $30 million if you're really going to put it in this beverage industry. I mean, to be to be honest, we know we need a lot of money. You know, we definitely, but $30 million is when you don't have anything, but but you're just going at it. I really feel that if you have a face, it's a lot less than that. And maybe it's just me, but I just feel that when you put certain people or when certain people are in the limelight, you can actually increase your sales, and that right there is huge. So I don't know what that number, how that number came to about, but came into play. But I know it's an uphill battle regardless. We know that, man, nothing is going to be given to us. Everything has to be taken. And when I mean taken, it has to be earned. Like, we have to be willing to go fight for it. And if we're not, then, we lose. And I don't want to lose. Continue to give us patience because we need that. We need patience throughout this journey because it's a long one. I was watching something the other day where it said, when they were, it was like some kind of war. It was a war that was planned out for thousands of years, and it wasn't going to be won in one day, but they really planned it out. And if we look at where we're at, we're only 22 months in, so we, not even 2 complete full years, and that's how we have to be thinking. We have to be thinking for the long haul. We have to be setting ourselves up for the long haul, knowing that, man, everything is going to try us. It's going to test us. Our will is going to test us to try us to give up and want us to give up, and we have to remind ourselves that we are more than conquerors, and we are of you. You created us to be special and great, and we're going to take that to the bank. So with that being said, I ask that you watch over us near and far, that you continue to lead the connections that we need towards us and us towards them, that you continue to open up doors, that you bless us, Lord, financially with investors, investments, capital, loans. You know what we're looking for, and we're looking for something that's going to help this venture thrive. $500K to $1 million, that is just, that's to be honest, it's pennies, but it's pennies that are going to go towards something that turns this company into a major corporation that one day will be sold for over $100 million. And I truly believe that, Lord, and nobody can tell me otherwise. But we have to go earn it. We have to take it. So, Lord, we just want to give you all the praise, glory, and honor, for you're worthy. We love you. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.